It is Game 6 of the 2018 Division II NCAA Baseball East Regional as it runs through Pleasantville, New York. And this is a winner's bracket matchup. Both of these teams won their ball game yesterday, and they are looking to meet Southern New Hampshire University tomorrow evening in the winner's bracket final, only a couple steps away from Cary, North Carolina, Lemoyne, and St. Thomas Aquinas. JJ Duke, Chuck Sadowski here with you. And Chuck, when we look at both of these teams, Lemoyne won in a pitcher's duel. St. Thomas Aquinas outslugged Wilmington in a battle of both of these teams where both aces were expected to go and got the job done. Now we're past that. Who really has an edge here?
It's going to be whoever I think can get off to a good start, whoever can score runs like we saw in that elimination game where Wilmington got off to a fast start against Merrimack, scored 9 runs in the first 3 innings, and then cruised to staying alive in the tournament. I think is in the driver's seat. You got 2 very capable number 2 starters in Ryan Murphy for Lemoyne and Chris Cepeda for the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans going. And again, whoever wins this game is in the real catbird seat in this tournament, along with Southern New Hampshire, as SNHU defeated the University of New Haven 7-1 in our second game today.
You get a look there at the freshman hurler, Ryan Murphy, 2.57 ERA. And while a lot of the highlights are going to go to Josiah Gray, and why not, when you're 11-0 and through a complete game yesterday, you will get lost a little in translation. But as you said, a very competent number 2 starter, and he's twirled a few gems in his own right. Gray, out of the stretch, deals off the end of the bats, flown out to left field. This one will drop, and there's the first run of the ball game as Porcelli had to hold up for a second in case DeNorcia was able to bring that one in, but still, a base hit and RBI single for Tyler Line. The Warriors strike first. Another payoff pitch coming. This one line down to right center field, carrying pretty well back to the warning track. And that will hit off the bottom of the wall. Nicholson wasn't sure where that was going to hit. Takes a big carom off the wall as well. Spinoso's going to get 3 easily, and that's exactly what Lemoyne needed. Again, front that's coming in has gotten a little bit chillier and a bit more windy. That's a pop fly in a shallow center field. Coming on is Chamberlain. Long run there, and he's able to pick that one. How about that for Chamberlain? Base hit there by Taveras. Drives in 1. Coming around third is Henry. The throw is going to be not in time. 2-run single for Idelson Taveras. The 3-1 offering. Keiko swings and drive this one out deep to right field. Carrying well. Is it gone? You bet it is. Joe Keiko touches them all, and the Chargers up 3-2. Cepeda out of stretch, deals, cut on and miss. That's the ball game. It's a complete game victory for Chris Cepeda, who strikes out 8 and allows just 2 hits. 3 runs to come back from is challenging, especially against a very good stacked team. But fortunate for Lemoyne, they've got all 27 outs to work with here, so plenty of time to go up against Chris Cepeda. Chuck, Cepeda has been in the ECC for a while. This is not his first merry-go-round, and he has been an important number 2 to Frankie Moscatello.
Yes, this is his second year at St. Thomas Aquinas. He began his collegiate career at Dowling. Fortunately for a lot of student athletes, Dowling went out of business a couple years ago, but Cepeda has picked up his career right where he left off as he's moved over to Spark Hill, New York, and donned the jersey of the St. Thomas Aquinas Spartans. So far this year, Cepeda 7-3 with a 3.21 ERA. He's made 12 appearances, all of those starts, 2 complete games, 73 innings pitched, 76 hits, 28 runs, 26 of those earned, 70 strikeouts, only 15 walks, and the opposition is hitting .266 against Chris.
Brian Cox, the senior right fielder, will step in. 204 at-bats this year. He has played all 50 games, started all 50 games. So too has Ben Walsh and Nick Place. Love the Ironmen. They get out here, guys that play every single game of the season. Lemoyne, 34, 15-1 overall. They've been ranked inside the top 25 for the majority of April, part of March, high as 10th in the NCBWA poll. We'll get to the rest of the lineup right after this pitch, but the left-handed hitting Cox steps in. The first offering from Cepeda is down low. Andrew Taft is at first, hitting second. Camilo Spinoso hits behind him at the catcher's position. Ben Walsh is at short, hits cleanup. Nick Place the half day off. He's hitting 5th. Nicholas Jacks over the hot corner hitting 6th. The 1-0 offering, right at the knees for a strike. 7-9, Nick Spinella left. Brian O'Mara at second. And Timothy Karapi is in center.
As you can see on our broadcast, Cepeda works exclusively out of the stretch.
There's a strike on the edge there. And I like that. You know, if you're in a rhythm, then just stay with that. Why make anything more challenging?
Yeah,
keep it simple.
Less is better. Yep. And all Chris battery for St. Thomas Aquinas as Chris Cepeda is being caught by Chris Ruiz.
That fastball misses away. Makes things certainly a lot easier.
Yeah. Although Chris Ruiz decided to jettison the H as he's C-R-I-S, where Chris Cepeda is C-H-R-I-S.
2-2 offering as Ruiz sets away. That one slashed out to left field. Should be easy for Maisano, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Chuck, defensively, a very strong stacked team. What is their lineup looking like?
Around the infield, we have Bobby Morris at first, Nicholas Lucchese at second, outstanding shortstop senior Joseph Pena, Anthony Scrolja at third, guy that just made the catch out in left field, Anthony Maisano, Michael Morgan in center, Giovanni Dekong in right, Chris Ruiz behind the plate, and Chris Cepeda on the mound.
Big man at the dish, Andrew Taft stepping in, the first baseman, first year with the program, and a first-team NE10 nod. Takes a big old bending breaking ball in there for a strike. 17 big flies this year, 347 clip and 50 RBIs, but correctly enough, he doesn't even lead his own team in RBIs. That belongs to Ben Walsh with 56. The 0-1, also breaking ball, this one above the belt.
Spinner there, kind of slipped out of the hand of Cepeda as he raised his arm over his head. Got to get his release point down, he's telling himself.
It's important here for Cepeda, get through this inning rather quickly, consolidate the 3 runs you got, and get back to the bats. Healthy cut there from Taft, but he came up empty.
You know, and again, as we saw in our first game of the day, huge advantage when your team can get on the board in the top of the first, and you got 3 runs to work with. Your job is to come out there and throw strikes. No need to fool around.
Yeah, that was Wilmington. 4 runs in the first, 5 runs in the third as they went en route to a 10-5 victory over Merrimack. The Warriors see their season coming to an end. Wilmington move on. They will take on New Haven tomorrow. Later on, we'll show you what the updated bracket is looking like. As the massive amount of boxes that we have in the entire bracket, we're starting to fill them. So we creep across from left to right on the screen. That one laced down the right field line, but will get out of play.
And unfortunately, Merrimack saw their fine 2018 season come to an end with their loss to Wilmington. So this 7-team regional is now down to a 6-team affair, which we'll begin play with tomorrow as both of these teams, St. Thomas Aquinas and Lemoyne, come in undefeated in our 2-3 matchup. St. Thomas Aquinas the 2 seed, Lemoyne the 3 seed.
A 2-2 offering on the way to Taft after he spoiled that one. Breaking ball chopped onto the hole. Nice play there by Screlja. Fires it across for the second out of the inning, and this comes with Camilo Spinoso now starting to play. An unfortunate moment there for Spinoso because we were singing his praises of how good he was yesterday and working with Josiah Gray. Called a great ball game, made a couple of defensive stops, and then all of a sudden he just airmails a throw over. As Pena was trying to steal third, Ding Kong following, and Screlja at the dish, and that pretty much led to the beginning.
Yeah, as we said, if he had to do it over again, Spinoso probably would have put that ball in his back pocket, never thrown it to third base.
But Spinoso, a quality season in his own right. 3rd team last year in the NE10, 2nd team this year. Hitting a 333 clip now with 4 homers and 32 RBIs.
Local product right out of Syracuse.
That one will just miss out of play. And yeah, for Lemoyne, when you think about it, and their location, they have a lot of high schools to go after. Not too many colleges in the area. In fact, the Division II region, you have St. Rose in Albany, you have Lemoyne and Syracuse, and then you have the 2 Western New York schools in the ECC, that being Damon and Roberts Wesley. The 1-1 fastball on the black for a strike.
So Cepeda 1 pitch away from executing the shutdown inning here in the bottom of the first as his team has scored 3 in the top of the first.
And it'll be 9 and top again, so a dangerous part of the order coming up for Stack. That one flown out to right. Ding Kong looking where the fence is, ranges into foul territory, and about 4 feet before he makes the catch, and that will do it. 3 up, 3 down for Lemoyne. We are through 1. Spartans up by 3. You're watching 2018 NCAA Division II East Regional Baseball Championships.